Good morning. It's May 20th, 2018. My name is Jim Whitley. I'm going to share with you some of my weekend review, and let's take a look ahead here. As always, be sure that you're trading your plan. When we take a look at the SPY here, we're within this, little tighter triangle right here. I did have a short on it. I did cover it Friday since we are in sort of this significant area here. Originally, my target was to try to come down into, this area. It still may happen yet, and it wouldn't be a terrible thing if you back out even on the daily, because that area right there only brings you into around the 21-day moving average, which a lot of guys look at. So we'll just have to see what happens there. With the Qs, I mean, we have, significant highs right along, this line here. 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and also lows across this area. So coming down into here is, not a terrible thing to move higher, but we are creeping our way down in this triangle here. Same thing with IWM. The small caps have been cruising the highs. We can see that that's just been slowly happening on this broader blue daily line. I do have a short in it. It's not a ton, but just to see if we can bring our way down into this area here. You have a few significant lows that were broadening down into somewhere in this point. Also, some other areas of significance would be here. I mean, if things really develop to the downside. But let's take a look at the home builders. Currently within this triangle right here, we can see that prices worked its way up, tagged it right to the T, and now we'll see if they're able to hang on and try to push higher into this broader daily triangle, or if we take a rest. Same thing with financials. This is a significant line here that they walked their way down to on Friday. Next area of interest, it's kind of right down in here. But if financials can wake themselves up, I mean, we're opening ourselves up to staying within a broader daily triangle. Industrials are also up at the their significant line here. The next area of interest on a downside, flips down in here. So we'll see what happens there as well. Technology, we looked at the Qs earlier, and we saw how they're kind of walking their way down into the line. Technology is already right in here. Taking a look at the semiconductors, you can see they have a little bit more room to go if they want to keep hugging the lower, broadening formation line on the hourly there. But XLP, significant triangle here with a little bit of the bear flag. We don't know if we're going to come back down into here, or if we're just going to kind of try to move our way back up into that type of area there as well. Apple, we have a pretty broad triangle here, which we can see that we're already in the middle of it and kind of cruising down, breaking this lower low area in here, and the next area of significance comes down in here. I mean, we're right in the middle of a broader triangle here, so I just have to monitor and see what happens. We start seeing some downside in here, we can expect to come down and test this area. If we're able to reclaim that triangle here, I mean, that opens us up back up into that 189-ish sort of area. Amazon is in this significant area here. You can see it's still trying to walk its way down, even with the moving averages, and trend down into this area. Netflix, area of significance comes down here around that 322-ish. There's another line that it's about to intersect with down here, around that sort of area. If we wake up, we want to at least try to, get it over that 327-ish, and before we can start looking at, maybe a broader area there. Microsoft, here again, it's sort of trending down. It looks like we want to come down into this area. Always have to keep yourself open to the upside as well. What would be certainly unique about that one is, like everything else, we come down into here and then we start working our way back up, and you have at least an area of interest, for your high line. Same thing with Facebook. It's kind of like a broken record going down through here. We're open to swinging down into this area. This is really significant. There are a lot of lows across this line here. So we would certainly look for a reversal down there if it happens. Bank of America, I just kind of zoomed out on a broader daily look. We've had a few down days coming into this hourly trend line. If that should break, we have to watch out. We're open here, but we did see on the financial chart earlier that we are at a significant hourly line here, so we may be able to just see ourselves in this triangle. Again, you just have to wait and see how things open up and start to develop here in the beginning of the week, and we can take it from there. One more chart here, United Health, also on a broader daily look. We have significant high area that we're in, at the moment, with, opening up to a broadening formation down into that area. So that's going to do it for the weekly review. You can contact or connect with me on Twitter at Whitley Trading and Facebook at Whitley Trading. Emails can be sent to jimwhitleytrading@gmail.com. Hope this information is a little bit helpful trying to plan the week ahead, and y'all have a great rest of your Sunday here, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning.